Well, hello everybody and welcome along to the show here today. It's Pod Hub Media Productions. We're here at AurFest this weekend, and joining us today we have the show's social media manager for the weekend, and that Helen O'Dowda. So how are you today, Helen? Introduce yourself.
I'm great. So I'm Helen O'Dowda. I'm a chartered marketer and I'm doing the social media for AurFest this year.
Very good. Okay, Helen. And apart from just doing that now, you see, you have your own company we hear, and you've worked with many different companies over the years in different industries. So could you talk us through your company and some of the people that you've worked with?
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, I've worked with so many different brands. The name of the company, Pink Soul Chartered Marketing, we're kind of specialised in food and drink marketing. I do a lot of food photography, video editing, and it's kind of my niche. I also help to kind of develop menus and stuff like that for big brands such as Chopped in Dublin, and the Carlingford Brewing Company, which is based locally to here, in Bellurgan. But since then, I mean, I've worked with so many different brands. I've worked with Vogue Williams, working with the Evoca Clinic, plastic surgery. The other day, for example, I had to scrub up and go into surgery and film the surgery. So like mad, totally different industries. I've worked in so many different industries, and it's great.
That's brilliant. So yeah, good diversification there, and lots of things. So one of the things that we like to ask on the show here is about what it's like to be in an industry, what it's like to be in marketing and that there. And for some of the younger viewers at home or people looking to get into marketing, you know, how did you get into it, and what is it like being in that as an industry?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. So I was a musician up until I was 18. I moved to Manchester to join a band with my brother. He got on a label at the time and he said, do you fancy tour in the UK and everything? So I went over there, and then afterwards I was working in a bar, and I decided, right, I need more money, I need more income. So I went to the library, took out a load of books and decided marketing was my bag. And the reason was I'm creative and I knew I loved music, and I knew I needed to do something that wasn't always at a desk, always in an office. And marketing is it's fun, and there's a lot of fun elements to it. So one of the first things I did when I signed up and started my degree in Manchester, I signed up to the Chartered Institute of Marketing. And it's like a 10-year progression to get a chartership. You have to tick certain boxes. You have to do a degree, or you have to have a level 7 qualification in marketing. Then I did my master's to tick another box in it. I did exams over in Ireland at the Marketing Institute of Ireland. Did loads of CPD. You have to do annual CPD, like 16 hours of conferences every year. So I did all that for my whole career, and I got charteredship last year. So but you're asking me what how is the industry and what's it like working in the industry for other people. One of the things whenever I started out was really tricky is and it's still the same to today, if you hire anyone to do your marketing, especially if it's the full marketing mix, if someone's paying you a salary or they're paying you full whack for email, for content, for everything, the only thing that they want to see is that you're paying your salary at the end of the day, because your job isn't to pick up the phone and sell things. Your job is to bring in leads to the company, and that's the bottom line, is always first priority whenever I do anything. So I go into any job, any marketing role, and the first thing I need to understand is, where are we losing money, or where do we need to make money, or how do you make money, and how do I make more of it for you? And once I start doing that, but it can be really tricky in the early days, because you have to prove return on investment from the get-go. And if you're new to the role, it can be tricky. How much money did we make this month? You're put on the spot a lot, but I've learned the ways.
No, that's a great insight, actually. I wasn't aware of that. Absolutely not at all, that it took that long to get that type of certification in that industry. And leading off of that now, little tips and little advice that you would give to people. I know you're saying the industry, you've had a long career now in the industry. So it's kind of, how do we give people longevity in that industry and make them be successful? What's some of the top 3 tips or something like that?
Top 3 tips. I think one of them, connections. I think it's really important to go to, and sometimes you don't have to have a degree in and I'm strongly actually believe that. I have a degree in marketing, but that you could earn 3 times what I'm earning without a degree. And the people that do are the people that are going to do what I'm saying to do, which is connections. Make sure you're either going to events or conferences or study, and that's how I made mine. When I did my degree, I met a load of people that were passionate about marketing. We all started doing projects together. So having connections is really important, because I've been in roles before where I've kind of struggled to understand a project, and I'll call someone that I did my master's with who's, you know, a marketing director when I was a marketing coordinator, and I've been like, right, what do I do here? We've put our heads together and it's thank you mate kind of thing. The next thing then is staying on top of tech trends. Marketing is all, I mean, in this day and age, so staying on top of tech trends is fab. Having a tech buddy or becoming wise about tech yourself is really important. WordPress, learn about plugins, learn the basic of HTML, stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. I mean, socially, I think psychology is a really big thing as well with marketing. Oh, completely. It's all psychology. So, you know, you're selling bread, let's say, and you're a bread shop. Who's buying the bread? Why do they want the bread? And what's going to make them buy it in either an emotional purchase or what? So understanding consumer behaviour, and that doesn't mean going to study it or anything, but becoming wise, get your own mental health okay, understand how you tick, what triggers you, stuff like that. It'll help you understand other people and help you sell to them.
Fascinating. No, that really is really interesting. So there's a psychology around marketing, there's a psychology around sales and converting that. Yeah.
Completely, 100. It's all about psychology. It's all about psychology, in my opinion.
Very good, right. And obviously that psychology would change whether it's jewellery or whether it's, say, finance or something like that.
100%. And I mean, look, it depends on your marketing channel as well. But everything's different. Like for example, I sent out for a client of mine, we did an email marketing campaign and we did a database of 27,000 email addresses. What I did was I segmented the data and broke it up into geographical locations. So I found out that, you know, 5,000 of them had inquired from Dundalk, 5,000 had inquired from Galway, 2,000 were here, blah, blah, blah. And I sat down and I thought about Dundalk, right, what do we say? Come on, the town. That's clicky. So I put that in my subject line of that email, and I sent a specific email to come on the town people, and I'm talking about Dundalk stuff, I'm talking about, do you know what I mean? Using that kind of, you have to talk to your specific audience really niche, and it's the same with your social channels as well. What you put up on Instagram is different to TikTok. TikTok is totally different. They want captions, you want a lot of humour on TikTok. What you're putting on Instagram is totally different, and your audience is different, so you want to emotionally trigger them in a different way. And LinkedIn again, totally different.
That is a lot, actually, right? Okay. And then you were talking there a little bit about tech and how that's now playing a role, and you have to keep up with it and that there. So everybody's talking about AI at the minute and stuff like that there. Is that playing a major role in marketing at the moment?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm obsessed with ChatGPT.
All right. Okay.
Absolutely obsessed. You know, from when it comes down to just organising my week, you know, I can put into ChatGPT. I have 5 clients this week. This, and this is a priority. Put together my daily task list. Boom, done. Right. So that, for example, that's 3 hours maybe of my day done on ChatGPT. When it comes to, you know, planning and executing reels content, content marketing, and even email marketing plans, I can put in my thoughts and say, right, I'm working for a brand that's selling, let's say, jewellery to the goth market. Just this is a total example. How should I break that down? What are the right marketing channels to do it next week? Next week is Valentine's Day. Give me some suggestions. Give me some headlines. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I never would take it at face value because, you know, it's AI at the end of the day and it's ChatGPT. Sure. But I use it as a benchmark, you know, to start off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just fascinating how it's played a role, how it's now playing much more role in lots more industries and stuff like that. Absolutely. So back to, like, we're obviously in a beautiful setting here in Bellurgan Park at AurFest. You've been here with us over the weekend and all the organisers, so we've all been having a lot of fun. It's a very type of niche event. They've capped it at 1,000, so they didn't want it overwhelming in that there. So talk us through what you're doing specifically for the festival this weekend, how you're putting that in play and executing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's brand new. It's the first of, you know, this is the launch. Sonia and the team have just been absolute, like the passion that has gone into this project is just phenomenal. What my job, I suppose, I've been doing it on a voluntary, obviously, basis and doing it when I can and, you know, as quick as I can as well. And the main thing was to just, you know, sell as many tickets as we can, get the word out that it's local, get the word out that it's local music and fresh talent. You know, that we're not in it, they're not in it to kind of make a quick buck. It's a passion project. There's nothing like this around here at the moment. And I mean, look at the lineup. The lineup's absolutely fab. And to have a comedy festival mixed with music festival is brilliant. So absolutely fab. But one of the things, for example, like yesterday was day one, and I made it my mission, because in marketing, and especially with social media, you have to be on the ball. And unfortunately, this is the kind of negative side for someone doing social media, you have to have your fucking phone on you all day. So I'm walking around last night at about 8 o'clock. I went round to the food trucks and I got them to talk to the camera to tell me what they're selling next morning for breakfast. And I thought that would incur some last minute walk-ins the next morning. So I hope that kind of worked, but you have to kind of think on the spot, and I tried to increase, sales for today. On your toes, yeah.
No, it is. It's fascinating. It's fascinating the way you're explaining it. I actually didn't think there was so much in it. No, not putting any industry down or anything like that. But when you speak to people who are in their industry for quite a while and they know their stuff, you get insights that you just would never have thought of. So we'll take it. Actually, you mentioned there? What's some of the negative things, right? You always have to have your phone on you, right? So all the gigs, all the artists here, they have good points and they have bad points about what they do. You know what I mean? So for you, you've spoken about so many of the good elements, but what's some of the other stuff that maybe the people need to watch out for if they go into the industry?
One of the things, I suppose, a big expectation from most employers, or anyone that you're working for, when you're doing social media and you leave, let's say, the office on a Friday and you get into the office on a Monday and your boss turns around and says there was 10 messages on Instagram, or a complaint, or a negative comment, why didn't you handle that? Yeah. So I've been in the industry for like nearly 14 years now, and I know for a fact that I have to just keep checking my phone over the weekend, and that's the sad part. That is there's moments though in my day, and I'm really good at organising my own time. I have a lovely hot tub at home, so I get in it every evening, and my phone is on airplane mode for like 3 hours at least. But then I spend half an hour checking absolutely everything, and I'm like, right, make sure I'm on top of that. Make sure I'm on top of that.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're never really switched off from that, really, Helen. But is the way, how do you relax? How do you relax?
Well, I go to festivals like AurFest.
There you go. Beautiful. Natural setting here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very good, Helen. Well, look, that's been a fantastic insight. Thanks very much for hitting some of them points for us in that there. You've really opened up our eyes to that type of industry. So if people want to hire you, if people want to work with you, how do we find you? How do we get in contact?
You can find me, literally just drop me a DM on Instagram, so Helen O'Dowda, and my business page is Pink Salt Chartered Marketing. So I have a website as well.
Love it. Love it. Love the name. Love everything. Well, look, Helen, you've been absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much for your time today. It's been fantastic. Okay.